First girl, serious advice: you need to stop making decisions and choices. Find a man in your family who is sensible and who really cares about you, and just take their advice seriously. Also, abandon feminism. It's truly poison. Okay, you guys are all just like really misogynistic.
What is misogynistic about his statement? I'm just asking how you define misogyny.
Can I go?
Are you okay? Like, do you want to go as in leave? If you want to leave, you can leave. I was hoping we could continue having a conversation, but
I think that was the first time in her life she was faced with like the truth of and the consequences of her actions. And
I think she was just like gathering like everything she said on here, and it just hit her kind of.
She defines misogyny as anything that points out her mistakes. She noticed that nobody in her family actually cared enough to stop her from making terrible decisions, and it hit her hard.
Would you rather marry a guy who is rich, buys you a ton of fancy shit like Birkins, brings you on dope trips, but cheats on you? Or marry a broke dude who can't buy you shit, but his tongue is called the Clit Finder 4000, who beats up your pussy because he's mad at the world, and he doesn't cheat?
Okay, so the second one does not cheat.
No, he don't cheat. He loves you. Like, literally, he sends you flowers on the most random days with little teddy bears that are holding like a tiny balloon.
I'm gonna say the first guy. Here's why. And here's why. Here's why.
This is why the red pill community exists.
Listen.
Okay.
This sounds about right. These same women end up calling all men cheaters.
I stated biological facts, and you have a problem with me stating biological facts. And the facts that I stated is for a man to have sex with a trans woman, he would be having sex with a biological male, which is homosexual. That is what I said. That is all I've ever said. I haven't sat on this podcast shaming people, being hateful towards people. I've stated very basic facts. And you sit on the other side and you're like, you can't do that as the supposed godly Christian man. You need to be tolerant towards people. It is our job as Christians to align ourselves with the Word of God. It is also our job to, as Jesus said, make disciples of the nations and to share the Word of God.
You know we're in trouble when people get offended by facts. As an atheist, man is speaking facts, and he's being so genuinely respectful. Not a lie in the phrase he just stated.
So how to break a man's ego? Again, I didn't do this. I didn't write this. 1, I'm not mad. I'm just losing interest.
That's tough. That's
Whoa.
tough.
Whoa.
That's tough.
I know. Okay, here's another one. If I'm too much for you, you're just not enough.
Yeah, this is just like you taking it right to the
Shit.
top.
I know. Oh, this is my favorite one. I'm gonna use this one
Damn,
one day.
these are
Hopefully I don't
rough.
have to, but this would be such a like.
If a guy said this to me, my ego would be crushed.
Yeah.
No,
This
this
is not
one
for
I
just
love.
guys. This is for guys and girls.
This one I love, and this is for the girlies that double dip into men, which we've all been victim of. Going backtracking, and you're just, finding yourself in the same pattern. Mr. Pickle, I'm looking at you. Okay, this is my favorite line. You keep coming back, so obviously I'm not the problem.
I'll tell you this. Anyone that posts stuff out of pettiness because you're hurt on social media, don't.
Man's only needed response. I understand. I wish you all the best. I didn't leave to teach you a lesson. I left because I learned mine.
Okay, PSA to all men. Just because a girl is wearing a low-cut shirt or a tight top or a fitted outfit doesn't give you permission to just stare at their chest. It makes us so uncomfortable, and if you guys could please stop doing it, it would be amazing. Men will always be like, oh, we don't like being called creeps, or we're so scared to be called creeps, but then you guys make it so difficult for the female species to exist or even wear anything.
Okay, in case you guys didn't hear a word that lady just said, she said, don't be creeps, don't stare at her. No matter what she's wearing, no matter what any other woman is wearing, don't stare. I mean, even if she has like a flamingo on her head, you better not stare. Even though it's like totally human, when somebody is just being totally obvious and flaunting, maybe they're even like dancing with that flamingo. Yeah, you better not look unless you're attractive in her eyes. So like, okay, so it gets a little muddied, I know. So if you're attractive, so, you gotta look at the scale. So if you're maybe an 8 or 9 or 10, she probably, she's a 10 up there. So like you might really need to be a 10. Don't look at her unless you're that. Because we all know that's the truth.
If you don't want people to window shop, don't put the goods in the window.
A lot of guys are socially awkward.
I think you're a bit ignorant to like the average guy's experience. Consider this, right? Most guys, the average guy today, his granddad had to put in a quarter of the work to get the kind of woman that is 4 times as amazing as the woman he's attracted.
Oh, you're talking about
his grandmother was an amazing woman and a very, very feminine, natural woman, and his granddad really didn't have to do the kind of work he has to do right now as a young man in the Western world.
So you're talking about hoflation.
Yes, it's hoflation.
Hoflation. So modern men have to work 5 times harder than their grandfathers did for women 20 times worse than what their grandmothers were.
By socially awkward, she means that he's not carrying the conversation 24/7 to her dry responses. It's easy to call people socially awkward when all you have to do is sit back and pick whoever impressed you the most.
A major red flag in men that's actually normalized in society is a man playing video games. I used to think that this was acceptable growing up, but as I continue to grow old, I just can't seem to justify it. It's like in my mind, a man playing a video game is the equivalent of a grown man coloring in a coloring book. It's like, aren't we just kind of beyond that? It's like, why wouldn't we go outside, shoot a gun, or chop some wood? It's like, I just think that if a hobby isn't either building competence or somewhat leading to personal growth internally, whether it's, physical development, mental development, spiritual development, it's like, why are we even doing it? Like, why are we wasting our time with a video game for a quick dopamine high?
It's almost as if men can't have relaxed fun anymore. I really feel like this is coming from some sort of script that his girlfriend gave him. Guys, it's okay to play video games if that's what you enjoy and it's not overtaking your life. It's also okay for you to individually decide that you don't want to play video games anymore because you want to spend your time doing something else. Look, I grew up playing video games like Final Fantasy, RPG. I spent hours playing. I stopped playing them when I had kids, when I decided to deprioritize it because I wanted to do other things. But I still have relaxed fun, just like most women find ways to have relaxed fun, whether it's going to get nails done, going to the spa, having a walk, going out to dinner or brunch with a girlfriend. I'm just trying to imagine a woman coming on here and saying, I don't go to the spa because I find productive things that actually improves myself or society. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. So guys, if you enjoy video games, keep enjoying them.
As a grown man, I don't let others tell me what I can or cannot do with my free time.
A man is provider, woman is a stay-at-home mom. That's a modern idea. That is not a traditional idea, my friends. Husband goes to work, kisses his wife in the morning, takes his briefcase, walks off, comes back home for dinner. Mother is around the house doing householdish things and the kids. And then that is the traditional nuclear family unit that we should aspire to. The only time in history when that has happened really started in the 1940s. That is a consequence of technological and industrial changes that happened because of technology, especially in the Western world. But you go back before 1940 and that's not how it went down. There was something called the Household Economic Project. Usually there was agrarian societies or these small towns and communities. Certain households had certain specialized kinds of labor, if not farming, where they were maybe the blacksmith, maybe they were the shoemaker, whatever. The husband would not grab a briefcase at 8 a.m. in the morning and walk off and go to the high-rise down the street. There weren't even high-rises. There weren't like offices and cubicles where men spent their 8, 9, 10 plus hours of lonely existence typing away at computers. It didn't exist. The same thing is not healthy for a woman to do. It's absolutely not healthy for a mother of young children to do. That is a very modern construct. That is not traditional, my friends. The husband would work from home. The wife would also work from home. They'd often work together. The kids would often work with them. And the amount of time they spent separate was much less than the amount of time they spent together. All right, so what is the solution, you might be asking?
This is how it was meant to be. Communities working together, not isolation and corporations. I'd rather buy things from my neighbors than from Walmart.
Tell me why. My husband gets home for lunch. I'm like, you want anything to eat? I can make you something. Anything you want to munch on? He goes, peanut butter and jelly. I want 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like, this man could have asked for anything. I would have made him anything he wanted. We have leftovers. We have chicken and pasta. We have burritos that I can smother in queso. He's like, no. P&J. What a man. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's easy. It makes my job easy. I don't mind it. It's just funny. Like, I'm literally at your beck and call, and he's all, go make me a sandwich, woman.
It's really this simple, ladies, because it's not about what is actually in the sandwich that makes it taste good. It is the level of effort and care from the person that you love making you something and handing it to you, combined with the fact that peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are consistently delicious. I dare say that everyone has at least one memory that really stands out about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that was given to them and how delicious it was. I have two. One was when I was in high school. It was a full day of cheerleading competition that I had participated in, and my mom finally showed up with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was starving and it was so good. The second was when I gave birth to my now 19-month-old daughter. The hospital kitchen was closed, and so I couldn't get anything to eat, and her dad went out and got a Uncrustable for me. He found that like in the little kitchen at the nurse's station, and I had never even had an Uncrustable before. It was so delicious, and it was just from the effort of him going out and get it. And plus, you know, I had just like labored for a while and was in terrible pain, but there's just something about it, ladies. Like, I'm serious. If you really want your way to a man's heart, just do something like this.
I love that she's not bashing him. It's just something that makes her giggle, and she wanted to share. Where can I find a woman like that?
Oh man, here we go. Hello.
Do I deserve more or less?
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm asking you. Do I deserve more or less?
Well, probably less.
Even now, when my voice is lower than yours?
Even less now. I knew something was off. Saw that Adam's apple. I was like, oh, here we go.
Back in my day, we had Wonder Woman. Nowadays, we wonder if it's a woman. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal, link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.